Well, hello folks, here we are with this week's Mayor's Message from the Waratah-Wynyard Council, and with two guests today. A little bit dry, we've been having a meeting, but it's Kevin Eastley and Trevor Dunyam. They represent the RSL Club, and we're bringing plans together for the 100th anniversary of Anzac Day, which will be a big event here in Wynyard, and we're putting plans together to commemorate that day. And welcome along, Trevor and Kevin.
Thank you very much, Robby.
Your official roles are Secretary and President of the RSL sub-branch.
Yes.
Yep. No, well look, it's a big event, and to recognise and pay our respects to this 100-year celebration, we're going to mark the occasion in several ways. It's a special event. We won't see another one of these, probably us fellas, won't we?
No.
And a few of the things that we're contemplating doing is these seeds from Lone Pine. Can you highlight or enlighten us on how they've become available?
In the First World War, there was a Battle of Lone Pine,
Yep.
where Australians and Commonwealth forces fought the Turks, and it was significant. One of the only pieces of vegetation left was a lone pine tree, and one of the diggers scavenged a pine cone and sent it back to his mother in Australia, and from there seedlings have grown, and since then they've been still propagated in various nurseries around the nation and planted out in parks and things to just represent that battle area.
What a connection. Great connection, isn't it?
Yes, and the council's generously got 3 of them, seedlings, and they're going to plant them in ceremonies at Wynyard, Somerset and Waratah.
Yep. And there'll be a plaque laid beside those in the near future to recognise, so that they're identified for the coming generations.
Yeah.
And I just hope people appreciate what the significance of that pine is and read the history of what happened to Lone Pine.
Yep.
And really World War One represents where this community sacrificed over 114 people just around this area, and I just struggle to get my head around that, losing 114 young men from this area in 3.5 years.
Yep.
Colossal.
That's right. And the population of our municipality those days, that would be a huge percentage out of the small population.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've had 2,500 population.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yes, it's a sacrifice that parents and connections, relatives and that are still grappling with, isn't it? Yeah. And to pay our respects on this special occasion of the 100 years, there'll be a huge involvement, I believe, in our Anzac service and from other parts of the community.
Oh yeah, we're Anzac Day dawn service. We normally have an RSL breakfast where we have a decent type breakfast there, and we encourage Lions to give us a hand with that because we anticipate a big crowd.
Yes.
And we just bacon and eggs and toast and tea and coffee and that sort of thing. But it's just somewhere for people to go after the service, and it's a cold day, a good place to warm up.
Yes.
Just meet and socialise and get involved with the atmosphere of the day.
Yes.
And we'd like all ex-servicemen, whether they're members of the local Wynyard RSL or not, to turn up and, you know.
Or tourist visitors.
Tourist visitors are quite welcome.
Yep.
Tourists are quite welcome.
I know a few people that touch on our YouTube message from other states. They follow us a little to see what's happening, and probably they were born here and got connections here, and they just tap in to see what's happening, and this is an open invitation for them to, if they're around, join us.
By all means.
I've had correspondence from a couple of parties on the mainland wanting to be back here, what's going on, so they can be part of the day.
Yep. Yeah, well, this is only early days yet, late January, but the arrangements are coming together for a community commemoration, yes, and a civic reception and a cocktail party to bring it together. The planting of the lone pine tree seeds and all that, so that and a plaque to be laid beside these trees, so many years down the track someone don't come along and say, oh, what's this tree doing here? It's recognised. And that's important. We've come across many things in the municipality over the time that identification hasn't been done at the time, and now there's a lot of questions asked of, you know, the origin of these things. So, but anyway, look, good to have you here today to have a yarn about our preparations and what we've got in hand, and we're going to have another meeting in March to tidy things up, and we look forward to a real big celebrations to mark this occasion.
Yeah,
on
great
our
day.
next Anzac Day.
Great day for the community to get together and honour that, and pay our respects to these people.
That's right. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for making your time available, and the commitment you two make to the RSL. Voluntary organisations this day and age are suffering for assistance of the calibre that you two fellas pass to our Wynyard RSL, and I thank you very much for that.
Thank you very
Thank you very
much.
much, Robert.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure.